What is happening, everybody? You already know who it is. It is your boy, your guy, your one and only, it's the Chico Spicy Puppy. And I am the reigning in-house chef for you today with everything food and culinary. Ash, tell them who it is.
Hello, guys. My name is Ashley, also known as Therapist Bae. I'm excited for this conversation. I got all the snacks ready. I've been already snacking before we started recording this, but I'm ready. Lonnie, introduce yourself.
Hey y'all, it's RNY Bypass Beauty or the Petty Preacher's Kid. I'm ready for some snacks too. I done had a long day. My hair is wet because I washed it. My job getting on my nerves. I'm tired. I'm hungry. What's up, kid?
What's happening? What's going on? Hey, it's Kid at Sleeve Believe the Hype, man. It's the sum of 1,000 t-shirts, baby. Yo, MTV Raps, I'm representing for the old school. Yo, I used to watch this show every day after school, man. So MTV, that's when it was music television. But tonight is game night too. So I'm looking forward to it.
But first, before we get into anything, guys, I don't know, my feed, my social media feed, my Facebook feed, everything's blown up. What the hell is going on with Built Bar? Please, someone explain to me what's happening, because I just feel like shit hit the fan and things are out of control. Built Bar is a brand that we've started to kind of grow to, love, but I don't know. It's all going down the toilet pretty fast. I don't know. What's happening?
I had never even heard of Built Bar until Saturday. So I don't even know. Somebody was just like, yo, Lonnie, don't fool with Built Bar no more. And I'm like, don't fool with what? So I don't know. Like, what is this?
Well, Built Bar, honestly, I can say that I have been an ambassador with Built Bar for a few months now. And I didn't know anything about any of this until today. And I started, like, most of us do. I hear about products through other people. I actually heard about Built Bar from Chris. And Chris was, he was on there killing them joints, warming them up in the microwave with ice cream, the whole nine, like it was dessert. So I'm like, out of all the protein bars I've had, they were all chalky, nasty. I said, I got to try this. So I placed an order and I loved them. I'm not going to lie to you. I loved them to death. They were really good. But somebody sent me a post today because like, Kid, I know you've been an ambassador for them, and but you might want to check this out. So I looked at the post and it basically says that, okay, so long story short, I got an email from them about a couple of weeks ago saying that they were getting ready to revamp the whole way they do things, the branding, the packaging, and the flavors. So they were having a huge 50% blowout of all the bars. And I was like, damn, that's kind of crazy. I never heard that before. I said, but okay, I guess it's a new day and a new time. So I didn't really think none of it, because I still have some of the bars left from the first, when I bought them about a month or so ago. So I didn't see no need to order any, because me and my wife keep getting on me about ordering shit. But anyway, the post was saying that the bars that they've been sending out, the 50% off bars, they've been coming to people molded like they're bad bars already. And, now people are thinking that that's the reason that they blowing them out at 50%, because something's going on. And this is a Utah-based company. And also, which I thought was the biggest dagger to me, was that the Black brand ambassadors for them have been inquiring about them and their stance on Black Lives Matter and the whole movement, like we have of all companies that we support. And apparently they have been suppressing or removing comments off of their post on Instagram when they're from the Black ambassadors. And that to me is huge.
That's
So yeah, it's big. I looked on their page today and just to look at some of the posts, and they are getting clowned by people who want their money back. One woman says she's going to start a class action suit because her son has gotten sick off the moldy bars.
Send me your bar so I get in on that suit. Send the
I
bar.
will.
I'll be in.
What's happening is, supposedly, now I have been one, when I first heard about Built Bars, let's go back. I was like, oh, what's this? It's a new protein bar. It's a new, like, it's going to taste good. It's chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate, protein, all different types of flavors, whatever. So somebody put me onto it. Bought a whole bunch of Built Bars. They come in all different flavors. You can get them at Vitamin Shop, GNC. They were good in the start. They were fine. And that's the food that everybody turned to. Now is a whole different story. I haven't messed with Built Bars in a couple of months now. So what's happening is there are certain, and you can correct me on this, there are certain batches of Built Bars that are out there that have broken seals. So there is water getting into them. Supposedly, that's the argument. There's water getting into them and creating a chemical process called crystallization. Now, crystallization is a chemical process that happens when there needs to be a presence of cold. There needs to be a drop in temperature, right? That's how crystallization forms. You ever get in your car during the wintertime and you put on the defrost and you use your antifreeze to kind of get the ice off, and then it kind of crystallizes back up? That's crystallization. Okay? It's a chemical process in a drop of heat. It happens as a result of a drop in heat. Now, I've never heard of mold forming due to crystallization. First of all, chocolate melts within 2 minutes of being in the sun, okay? I haven't heard of no friggin' snack that crystallizes, especially chocolate sealed in a wrapper that crystallizes in this heat. Like, what? I feel bad to be a part of that marketing team right now. It's a tough spot to be in. I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Something ain't right. They got
Right.
something in Built Bars. It ain't right.
It ain't right.
Hey, this story is developing.
Well, I'm interested to hear how it unfolds because it sounds like some good tea, honey. I'm ready
Oh,
for
yeah.
it.
Absolutely. Sip, sip,
I'm ready.
sprinkle, sprinkle, all of that.
Now, let me ask you a question, Kev.
Yes,
Are
sir.
they doing a 50% off of Built Bars as a result of the controversy and attention that they're getting, or are they doing it as like an I'm sorry, as a means for them to like Xing out all like the black ambassadors? What do you think that 50%
No,
off is all about?
I think the 50% was, according to what I read, the 50% was well before any of this came about.
Hmm.
And so now people have, and because see, they have shipped somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2 million bars. It was either 1 million bars or 2 million bars that Built said that they had shipped. And they did acknowledge, I think, that maybe a couple of them might have been bad, but they were saying that they got excellent product. And they were saying that, out of those 2 million bars, you're bound to find some defects or however many they ship. So,
So there's no
yeah,
quality control.
I don't think mold is a defect.
I don't
So no
know.
quality
I'm
control.
going to send this to y'all when we done. I'm going to send y'all what was sent to me so you can see it. And just like I said, go to their Instagram page, and they're getting hammered right now. And they're trying to respond to everybody that hammers them. Oh, check your DM. I'm sorry to hear you going through this. Check your DM. And people are just
Hmm.
coming on and saying, hey, you deleted my comments. Why? People are letting them have it. I mean, really seriously letting them have it. So they in some big trouble right now. That chocolate is boiling, and it's not looking good right now.
But you know what? I'm appreciating. I was a little annoyed with all the Black Lives stuff at first, like people wanting for. I was annoyed with people like wanting for organizations and companies to like post BLM on their stuff. That was annoying to me because I felt
Yeah.
like we've been out here mattering for centuries and centuries and centuries. Like, why haven't you said anything? But now I'm proud that people are starting to hold their brands accountable. Like, I feel like I love it. I love I love the change that we're seeing. Like, we've been asking for, and it's a small change. And it's not policy, and it's not laws, and that's
Absolutely.
we're moving toward that as well. But these like little small things, they seem important to me. Like your girl, Aunt Jemima, who been racist since racism was racism. That's been racist. Like, so I'm happy. What y'all think about that? They changing Aunt Jemima and my Uncle Ben and all them.
Well, you know what? The crazy part about that is that Pepsi actually owns Quaker Oats now and a bunch of other smaller companies. So, like you mentioned a week ago, Lonnie, about the whole cancel culture. Now everybody's getting canceled because of what's going on. They are becoming proactive, and they're jumping ahead of the game and saying that they're going to change the dynamic of it because it is racist. But I'm kind of in the middle about that because the Aunt Jemima character has been a stigma of racism for many, many years. That's considered a house mammy who pretty much was taking care of master's kids, did all the cooking and cleaning. And if you go back through history and you look at the original box of Aunt Jemima, it is as racist can be, and it doesn't hide it. It does not hide the racial overtones. Over the years, they have changed the character to make her a more modern look. She went to having the, what do you call it? The headscarf on, and just a big burly woman who was a slave and worked in the kitchen, to now it's a more updated woman. She's still a black woman, but she's, you can kind of tell that she's got her hair done, but it's still the name alone, Jemima. It's racial. So I believe this is something that should have been taken care of many, many, many years ago. And why now? Because you fear that, black dollars are trickling away, because people now are wising up to the fact that how our spending power and how much it's valued by people, because we are one of the biggest consumers out there. And I'm not just saying this, trends are set by black people and their spending power. So now, like you said, Lonnie, they want to change Uncle Ben, all these things that have racial overtones, they want to change them now. And why now? Now you want to jump out and jump in front of it. You're saying you're being proactive and you're going to respect the black culture. Hell, we're not too many years from slavery or from segregation, period. I'm going to jump off.
There's two arguments. There's two arguments because I've been trying to keep up with this as much as I can. Now, the family, I believe, the family in her hometown says that she has been a hero from where she's lived and kind of grew up. So that's kind of one argument, like taking away the history of it because it's been a part of that brand for so long. And then two, it's what does that speak to, like on a larger scope? What does the narrative say about, wanting that history to be erased now? Is that something that like Aunt Jemima is a brand that we've all come to know. We know what it is. We know who she is, right? But through time, it's kind of gotten skewed a little bit. And then, Uncle Ben's and Aunt Jemima, like those brands get contorted in the midst of just like social, civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? So what would you say, for the family that has seen it grow, that there's history behind it? She's in other words considered a hero in her hometown. You understand that's one side of the narrative. So I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
For me, I feel like I think that's a very, very beautiful, like very sweet sentiment, right? Like she's a hometown hero. However, on the flip side of that, Black women's bodies were not our own. We had no say in our bodies. We had no say how you held us. We had no say to nurse your babies, to be your sexual desire, right? For you to hang from our bosoms. We had no say. And Jemima, Black women in general are heroes, right? Whether we want to be or not, we are heroes. I feel confident in betting my life that she had no desire to be the figment of our imagination and a bottle filled with syrup. Like I don't believe that was what she wanted, right? And so it's like that narrative is really beautiful. I don't want to take away from her what her family is saying. That's very sweet. Like she is a hometown hero. But when I walk down aisle C17 at Target and my niece picks up the Aunt Jemima bottle, she's not like, oh my God, she is a hometown hero. That's not what she's thinking. She gets it, she tosses it in the buggy, and we go on to now get the pancake mix. Right? There's no legacy that's living on through this racist bottle of the mammy on this syrup. Right? If we want to honor her, let's find a way to honor her and what that represents. Because in reality, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, her great-grandmother, they're all the mammy figure, right? They're all dark-skinned women with aprons and handkerchiefs on that was nursing babies and being raped by their masters. That's what Black women, that's what we were. And so the idea that the only way, that the most creative way they think that they can honor this Black woman is by filling her body with syrup seems ridiculous to me. Like, there has to be another way. Has to be. Right? Like, man, we could all probably, our collective brain power right here, right now, I could probably think of 47 ways that would be more powerful to honor her than filling her up with syrup for breakfast. Like, I I think that they're trying to kind of finesse it. They're PRing what was really happening, which is she was a comfort to white kids. White kids saw their mammy and her big old titties, and they came and they buried their faces into her chest and her bosom, and they felt comforted. And that's what that bottle was doing for white people. And no black people. First of all, Aunt Jemima was so dang expensive. Black folk wasn't even buying that syrup. We wasn't getting that syrup. That's not a comfort to us. Right, so no, they gotta move on. I think I ranted a couple weeks ago about when brands tell you that they're not for you, believe them.
Yes,
that's not for you. That was never for us. That Aunt Jemima character was never for us, right?
Absolutely not. I agree with you 100%.
I was gonna rant about that tonight, like the idea, because I found a brand ambassador on Instagram. It's a black woman who is promoting All American Butter. They were formerly All American Butter, but they've changed their name since then. But she was promoting them, and I'm looking like, sis, you know they racist. You know that they're not here for you. They don't care about your butters. They supporting the resident that's out here trying to deport people. Like they not, for you. But like, people not knowing, or if they're telling us that they're not for us, but we're ignoring it, right? So Built Bar muting the voices of their black and brand ambassadors, but they have black brand ambassadors. So it's almost like, oh, they can't be racist because they have black brand ambassadors. But in reality, they don't give a hell about black people generally. They just care about the black dollar. I told Kat this morning, I sent Premier Protein a nice lengthy email to every email address I could find because I want them to say something. Because I will stop. I drink Premier Protein every single day. Baby, I ain't seen nothing yet. And it could be because they're still putting their brains together to figure out what to say. Or to figure out how to write a check for $50,000 to the NAACP. That could be it, right? And I want to be able to issue them some grace. However, if they don't say nothing, I got to go. I work too damn hard for my black coin to invest it in places that's not for me. I gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't want to have to throw all the 24 carton protein box that I just got in the garbage. Like, come on, but you know what, that's what it's come down to. And unfortunately, as times change, and it's very tricky because all the brands that we've come to grow to love, they're going through the motions too, and it takes for one person, one brand to say something or not say something for everything to get summed all up, and that could either make or break their standing. So
yeah, even the brands that go back and forth, because like I'm still struggling with Starbucks. Like you can't have full support for the LGBT community and then tell someone to not wear Black Lives Matters pins. And like I'm still struggling with that. As a big corporation as you are, for you to even make that statement without saying we have something for you, don't wear it because we will provide it. Like that still like is very uncomfortable. And I don't want to participate in cancel culture, but I'm just kind of eyeing the ones that are flopping just when they get hit with, the negative comments. And I love me some Starbucks. I do. So
what's funny about that, Ashley? I worked for Starbucks for about 7 years, and I stopped working for them back in April of last year. And one of the campaigns that were running while I was working for them was called Let's Race Together. And that was an open platform opportunity for people to have a discussion about race, about, acknowledging that we're different, and how do we move about this space together without creating conflict. And in my mind, although the concept it sounded nice, it's like, although Starbucks is very inclusive, you have to understand who their what their brand caters to generally. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I, as a former employee, there's so much more than a 2-minute conversation that I could just say, hey, hi, what would you like today? Oh, right on the bottom of your cup. Let's talk about something that's bothering you today. It's so much more than a 5-minute conversation. And I think where they were coming from was trying to be substantial, was trying to be meaningful. I get where they were coming from, but it's not. It's history. It's upbringing. It's culture. It's personal views, personal beliefs. There's so much more than that, and it just kind of fell at the wayside after a while because they realized that we're not getting the feedback that we thought. We're not getting the responses back because, oh, who are the top consumers of our product? White corporate America. Let's be honest. What does white corporate America want to discuss about people that are black and brown? Like, it's just going to make each party uncomfortable. And I get sensitive about it because I wouldn't want somebody who's not black or brown to tell me about myself. You understand what I'm saying? It gets very defensive. And you people that are black and brown, we're very quick to call it bullshit and call that card. So that campaign was just an utter failure. Very uncomfortable.
I mean, that's why I think I was so annoyed by the Black Lives Matter posters, because what matters is your hiring practices. Are you hiring black and brown people, right? Like, are the people with decision-making power black and brown? Because then that's how it starts to trickle down from the head, right? So, yeah, I don't want to talk to my white barista about Black Lives Matter. However, like the corporation as a whole come in and make a statement and make a stance, right? Like you're changing systematic racism. That matters to me more than your t-shirt or your pen, right? I don't care. Like, I mean, the baristas having that on makes me feel maybe a little bit safer in that space. But me knowing that Starbucks is systematically changing their hiring practices and who is in the room, who is at the table, that means more to me than like Stephanie from Starbucks, my barista, wearing a Black Lives Matter pin. Like, it has to be more than just that pin or that quick conversation, that exchange while you're like foaming my whipped cappuccino or whatever you get at Starbucks. I don't know.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
Foam whipped? How do you do? No, I'm just kidding.
I have no idea. I do not know.
Oh, man. No.
Let me just say, y'all, American butter, all American butter. Let me look what the Instagram is. They're racist. Don't have them no more. Like, don't buy them. They're not for you. They're tweeting Trump and liking his tweets. I got the receipts. They're called American Dream Butter. They used to be All American Butter. They don't fool with black people. Also, this is my bias, but when I see a lot of flags, American flags someplace, I get anxious. Like if you see like a pickup truck with a big flag on the back, like their Instagram is littered with American flags and blue lines. So just be careful with who you are believing as your brand ambassadors.
Well, what does that say? I'm sorry, real quick, because I'm feeling really passionate this week. So what does that say about bringing it full circle, right? Food. Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is a Southern-based food company who is out there in the open anti-LGBTQ. What does that say for food brands altogether? I mean, do we continue to eat the food because it's so good? It's like I have friends, believe it or not, that are just ignorant, that are just like, you know what, I don't care what they say, the food is good, shit, I'm just gonna do it. But then on the other hand, it's like, whoa, I know my beliefs, I know my values, and I'm not gonna support anything that goes against what I believe in, so I'm just not gonna do it altogether. So that's a tough call. Now you're talking about like volume. You're talking about, you know, your range in platform, how big your brand is. You know, what does that say? What does that communicate? So
I'm just gonna say this quickly, and then I'm gonna stop because I could talk about this all day long. You know, my grandmama says if you don't stand for anything, if you stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. And so my belief system is very, very simple. Black. That's it. LGBTQ plus as well, yes, but black first. Before I had anything, my mama knew that she was pregnant with a black human. That's it. So above all else is black first. And so if a company openly is not here for black people, I cannot fool with you. If Chick-fil-A at any point, they still haven't made a statement, and they haven't got my coin since. Like, well, I think they did send an email, but it wasn't enough. Something. I'm still trying to figure out Chick-fil-A. But my point in saying that is that people have to pick their battles. They have to pick. I'm not going to stand for someone being a bigot and hateful toward LGBTQ plus people, toward black people, towards immigrants, towards religions like Muslims. Like I'm not gonna stand for it. And they have to believe that wholeheartedly. And if you still give me your coin, to Chick-fil-A after you know that, then you are the problem. Chick-fil-A is no longer the problem. Their hateful tactics, their hateful ways are no longer the problem. You are now the problem because you're still giving them your coin. You're still investing in them to be a problem. The same way I feel like I can reason with myself for spending so much money at Nike because they believe in me. Right? My coin is going to a cause. Hello? My coin is going to a cause that believes and supports in who I am. The very moment that Nike changes, I'll move different. When they stop, I'll move different. I have to own it. If Chick-fil-A wants to be racist, they get to be racist. If they want to be sexist, they get to be sexist. If they want to be any of those things, they get to do that. It's on us. Like, the responsibility belongs to us. That's my viewpoint on it. Like, we got to move different once we see who they really are.
Well said.
I agree. 100%. I agree.
You guys ready to put this to bed?
Yes, sir.
I have something to say.
Oh no, I just wanted to make sure chicken skin's not racist, right? Like, is chicken skins racist?
We gotta find out now
tonight. We gotta find out.
Chris, listen, if you don't know, you can't move different. If we find out right now that they're racist, we can't eat it.
Right.
So
we'll check after the episode.
We'll check after we try them, and then
we get the comments. Check us out on YouTube. Y'all go.
Yeah, check the comments. We'll have it in the comments.
Yeah, we'll put it out there. Let's go, baby.
All right, guys. So it's time to move on to my favorite segment of the night, called Tasted or Wasted. So tonight, guys, we are trying for you the critically acclaimed chicken skins that I have been just speaking of and bragging about for so long now, and have gotten so many of my followers and my beautiful co-hosts to purchase for your viewing and tasting pleasure. So, guys, unfortunately, time got away from me. I don't have a chicken skins bag. I know how they taste. This would be your first time, but I will be trying something completely gross and probably gross along with you guys. So I was put onto chicken skins from a friend. Me, someone who loves just fried chicken, I fell in love with the skin, point blank period. So I was like, there's got to be an easier way to get the chicken off the skin without having to cook the whole damn chicken. So I found chicken skins. So what was that?
I got barbecue bacon, baby. You can't get no better than that.
Everyone's got barbecue bacon?
Bacon and chicken at the same time. And then it's barbecue.
Can you tell us about like the nutritionals and all that while we taste them?
Okay, let me pull it up.
Wait, why is that so hard to open?
Yeah.
You have to do it the ghetto way. Use the scissors or bite it.
I'm gonna have to buy you.
I'm greedy. I already jumped into it, dude.
What the hell? What kind of bag is this? My teeth want to do it.
You got three of the same things that I love right here.
It's destruction proof.
Barbecue bacon flavored chicken skins.
Hold on.
It smells really good. Okay.
Hear that crunch?
Really, really good. I hear it from here, baby.
Oh, wow.
How do you like them?
This is pornographic.
Ew, they don't smell good. It literally smells like a grease trap, like at a chicken
Dog
place.
food?
My favorite. I love the grease trap, sure.
Ugh.
Hold your nose, but bite into this yummy goodness.
Okay, so let's dig into the facts, guys. So for one bag, it's 380 calories. The total fat content, don't get scared. If you eat these, if you space them out, if you eat them smart, they're not so bad. So 29 grams of total fat, 25 grams of protein in a whole bag. So I'm not telling you to go down these an entire bag. Sodium, I really don't keep track of sodium, 240 milligrams of sodium. And then total of 2 grams of carbs, which is not bad. I don't know, I'm seeing Lonnie's face.
Look at Lonnie's face, bro.
This literally tastes like grease. It tastes like it is burnt and disgusting.
Stop.
Lonnie, I was really hoping
you know what?
People don't love
these. Okay, so hear me out. I'm always a big advocate for breading, so I would leave them out just a little bit, just so because the grease makes them a little the grease gives them moisture, right? So let them air dry a little bit on some paper towel. Maybe cover it up. Put them in a plastic baggie. Leave the baggie open. Let them dry out, and then use it for breading. Or you can use them as croutons in a salad.
They literally taste like grease. Like what it's supposed to taste? Is grease?
Yeah.
I mean, it's chicken skin.
Imagine taking a piece of chicken out the grease and just pull that yummy skin off of it and just tear into it.
Could I put this in the air fryer? No.
Is that gonna dehydrate them? Maybe I can put them in my dehydrator.
There you go.
Chris, how's yours tasting? How's that pie over there?
Oh, pie.
Oh, I got the food giggles.
That shit must be good.
This is some pretty good shit. 340 calories. Ooh, the carb content. Oh wait, dietary fiber is pretty good. 40 grams of carbs, 12 grams of dietary fiber, 9 grams of total sugar. And your net carbs is your dietary subtracted from your total carb, correct?
Yes.
This is not bad. It's very dense, very buttery. Definitely apple pie tasting. Creamy.
What's the name of it? What's the name of it?
It's called Finaflex oatmeal protein pie from
I'm gonna try that.
Vitamin Shop. Not bad.
I've never been to the Vitamin Shop, you guys.
You need to go.
You need to go just to see what they got. So, Chris, you tasting or wasting that?
I'm gonna taste it. What about you guys?
Oh, I'm definitely tasting this chicken skins, bro.
I'm tasting it.
I'm gonna put this in the mail to one of y'all. Ashley got the last shit.
Oh my god.
It's wasted. And I'm trying to do Instagram looking for some black people, and I ain't seen not a one yet.
How many bags you got?
I got 4. I got 3 and open.
Chris.
So one to each of us.
Yeah, send me one.
You know where the open bag is going, don't you?
Garbage.
To grandpa. No, I know
Grandpa.
I'm taking them. I will record shortly. I'm taking them as soon as we done because we playing just
Please let me know. I bet he gonna taste it.
He likes what's the other, like, pork rinds?
Yes. Pork rinds.
He likes pork rinds. So
hog crackling.
He likes
some hog crackling in the mail.
Rice pork. Just that texture is not. I think this company might be owned by brown people.
I don't know if they sell these by you guys, but this is called Howard's. This is fried pork skins. These are also commonly known as chicharrón. Chicharrón. I usually get these at my local liquor store because they sell them in abundance. Really crispy. You hear that crunch? It's loud. It's loud and in your face.
Those look like
Chicharrón Howard's.
The bag looks like those little, like, peach rings, but the green ones. I was hoping those was like those green peach rings. The green apple.
You thought they were peach rings?
I did.
All right,
man. So it looks like for the most part, it's okay. Lonnie hates them. She's gonna waste it, but we got to see what
so
grandpa.
hard to satisfy Lonnie.
I hate it.
Pops get the final vote. It's all good.
I'm not gonna love him.
I'll try. He'll try him and let us know.
Yeah, Pops get the final vote on Tasted or Wasted this week. So with that being said, baby, it's game time. We're gonna move on to the game. I'm black and I'm proud. That's the name of this episode, baby. That's the name of the game. It's the Black History game. We're doing a round robin. Everybody gets a couple of questions each that we're gonna pose to the group. And I don't know what everybody else's questions are. I only know what mine are. So that's how we're gonna do it. Let's go right into it, man. I feel like we kind of already been on our Black History vibe already. So let's keep this train going, man. My first question that I'm posing to the group, and this is multiple choice. Mine are multiple choice. Who founded the Black Panther Party? Is it A, Teddy Riley and Aaron Hall, B, Scatman Crothers and Bill Robinson, C, Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale, or D, Chuck D and Flavor Flav?
Flavor Flav.
Can you repeat one more time?
Flavor Flav.
Who founded the Black Panther Party? Teddy Riley and Aaron Hall, Scatman Crothers and Bill Robinson, Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale, or Chuck D and Flavor Flav?
So how we playing? If you know the answer, do you like do a little imaginary buzzer, or do we need to come
Yeah,
to
there you go. You can do an imaginary buzzer. Let's do that. Let's who first person buzz in.
Okay, this is what he
Oh.
said. I don't
Oh, you
remember who. Okay, so if the first person to buzz is wrong, then it goes to the next one.
Yep.
Okay, so tell Chris he wrong.
Chris, you dead wrong for that. I will tell you who they are when I get through with this. So you're out of the running for this. Ashley and Lonnie is up next. Whoever buzzes in.
Me, I'm buzzing. What is the
Okay.
buzzer? I
There
don't
you
know.
go.
C. Huey P. Newton. Was that C?
C is the correct answer.
Oh.
Huey P. Newton and Bobby Seale, both great brothers. They founded the Black Panther Party in Oakland, California, way back, in the day, and they were considered to be a terrorist group and broken up by the FBI, but we know that to be wrong. And I know Huey P. Newton is a great man. You want to know why? Because he is a man of Phi Beta Sigma Incorporated, my fraternity brother, one of the greats, man. And but now, Chris, Aaron Hall and Teddy Riley are members of the group Guy, and Teddy Riley is the founder of the New Jack Swing movement. So they have their place in Black history, but not the Black Panther Party. I won't clown you too bad on that one.
I didn't know either.
All
Chris.
right.
Go ahead.
Okay,
right.
thank you.
So, hey, but you know what? This is all fun and games and it's educational. So, hey, let's get it in, man. Ashley, you up?
All right. This will be a true or false question. Are you ready?
Yep.
Well, statement. So, true or false? Claudette Calvin was the first Black woman who refused giving up her seat to a white woman on a bus. Lonnie?
True.
You are correct. So Rosa Parks was not the first Black woman to refuse her seat. Claudette Calvin was. Unfortunately, she was 15 years old and was pregnant by a married man. So they didn't think that her image was the right image for the Montgomery boycott bus situation. So Rosa Parks was actually quoted by saying that she would have been a bad image had she been chosen to be the person to highlight refusing her seat. So,
Wow.
good
That's
job.
very.
Wow.
I'm gonna be honest and say I did not know that.
Mm-hmm. Claudette Calvin.
Can I just add that I think that the reason that we don't know a lot of this Black history is because they don't teach it to us, right?
True.
We were taught to believe that Rosa Parks was an old, tired woman who just happened to be on the bus that day. When in reality, she wasn't old, nor was she tired. She was tired of white people, but she wasn't like an old, tired, back broke down. Like, she was very deliberate and intentional. And like, you know what I'm saying? But we're taught something different.
Absolutely.
So,
Good stuff.
I'm going to sit down.
Bravo.
Oh, it's my
Bravo,
turn.
man.
Oh,
It's my
well,
turn.
yes. Let me see what you got.
So what HBCU, so historically Black college, did Oprah attend?
Okay.
Texas University, Grambling State University, Tennessee State University, or Morehouse?
Ding, 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 ding. Tennessee State University.
Yes, you. Oprah went to TSU. I actually didn't write. I didn't have that as a multiple choice, so I don't have any facts about TSU. Kev, you got some TSU facts?
It's in Nashville, Tennessee. I used to party there on the regular. I'm from Memphis. I went to an HBCU, and that, I Tennessee State, man. Every time they have homecoming, it's a big thing, and I'm sure it's the same with all HBCUs for the most part. There are a bunch of facts about it. You got a lot of sports people, ball players who went to TSU. I can't remember the year that they were founded, but I do know that it's in Nashville, Tennessee. And actually in Nashville, there are a number of HBCUs there. There's Meharry Medical College, and Fisk is right across. It's not too far from TSU as well. Fisk University. I partied there as well. I don't get me wrong. I toured these HBCUs. Not only did I go party, but I did tour and have a great time. But yeah, that's kind of look up some of the stuff, some tidbits about them. I can't remember right offhand. But there are some interesting things about Tennessee State University, and it's a great place. They're the aristocrat of bands. I do know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not gonna argue with the bands because I already know what y'all gonna say.
You know what Ashley's gonna say, and then you know how I'm gonna come through and correct Ashley on how she is wrong.
Chris, man, I think you better take the next one.
Your turn.
Alrighty then. So my choices, my questions are going to be multiple choice based, and I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit and fast forwarding to Hispanic Heritage Month, which is from September 15th to October 15th. So my first question was, when was the first time Hispanic Heritage was celebrated in the country, in the United States? When was Hispanic Heritage Month celebrated in this country? Was it A, 1988? Was it B, 1968? Was it C, 1990? Or was it D, 1978? Ash?
B?
No, it wasn't.
What was B? What was B? 19.
B was 1968.
Okay, I want to go. Was it?
Go ahead, Ash. I mean, Lonnie.
1990.
Nope. Last try, kid.
1978.
No, actually, the answer was A, 1988. So 1988 was when Lyndon B. Johnson signed it into law, acknowledging Hispanic Heritage Month. And it was September 15th was chosen because it celebrates the independence of 5 countries. And those are Costa Rica, El Salvador, Guatemala, Honduras, and Nicaragua. So it's Independence Day on September 15th.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right. That was great. I got another question here. I'm going to go. What famous singer is known for telling his fellow band member, "Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis"? Is it A, Teddy Pendergrass, B, David Ruffin, C, Tyrese, or D, Bobby Brown?
Did I just not? Did I not?
Lonnie, go.
David Ruffin.
Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. If you have not seen the Temptations biopic movie, you have done yourself a huge disservice, man. That movie chronicles the Temptations from beginning to in present day. And David Ruffin, one of the greatest soul singers of all time, a great voice. Like many of our brothers who were soul singers and sisters, he had a drug problem. And his drug problem was causing him to be an interference to his group. He was missing shows and missing performances and rehearsals. And Otis Williams, who actually founded the Temptations, one of the founding members of the Temptations, him and Blue Melvin, who's the bass voice of the Temps, where it's a scene where they go to see him at his home, and he's like over the top, and he's telling them like, "Ain't no Temptations without David Ruffin." And he's like, "Y'all is mama's boys." And then, the next thing he jumps up, "Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis." And the funny part about it is they get up and leave. And as they're turning around walking away, he was like, "Hey, y'all, I was just playing. You got to enjoy the fruits." The guy was a character. Leon plays him in the movie. Leon is typecast forever as playing these type of characters. He was Little Richard. He's been in a bunch of other stuff, but he's typecast forever for playing this. He was great as David Ruffin. And it was just a great, great movie. And if you haven't seen it, man, give me your black card.
It's the all-time grandparent movie of the century. I think the only reason I have seen it was because of my granddaddy. That's probably the only reason. I've seen it a million times. I could probably quote the entire movie from beginning.
Oh my God. Y'all was his mama's boy.
I can see that.
That's good. Ashley.
Okay, another true or false. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
So, it took over 300 years before interracial marriage was legalized in America. True or false? Chris?
That is true.
That is true. So interracial marriage was not legalized until 1967, which was 54 years ago, and went to the Supreme Court for the Loving versus Virginia case. And the Supreme Court stated it was unconstitutional for someone to say that a race and another race could not marry. So it's only been 54 years that you could legally marry someone outside of your own race, from 1664 to 1967.
Isn't that a movie too?
Wow.
Just came out recently, Loving?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it
54
yet, but I know
years?
that's
54
not long.
years.
That's not long at all.
Why do people care? Like, why do you care who I marry or not? Or like who I lay down with? Why do y'all care?
Yeah. Enough to make laws about it. Yeah.
Leave me alone.
I mean, unless you're trying to take a pig to the courthouse, I don't give a shit who you marry. That's not business that pays kid anything. So love who you want to love.
Mm-hmm.
Wash your hands.
Yep.
Okay, my turn. Does Lloyd say that she is 5'2" or she is 5'2"? What does Lloyd say in that song? Look, go Kid?
I'm going to go out on a guess because I've been wondering that same thing myself, and I've probably been singing it wrong, but I think she's a little conceited and she says she's fine too.
Okay, Chris?
5'2".
Ashley?
She's fine too. That's what I think.
I think she says she's fine too. I don't know. I think Lloyd does not know. I think nobody actually knows what he said. But I feel like since I'm 5'9" and I want to sing the song, I gotta say she's fine too versus she's 5. So I'm gonna go with he's saying that she is fine too, because nobody know what Lloyd is saying.
There it is, baby. Chris.
All right, Chris.
All right, next question. How large is the self-defined Hispanic population at present? Is it A, 132 million? Is it B, 50.5 million? Is it C, 1.3 million? Or D, is it 58.9 million?
The population where? Like in the United States?
At present, yeah. Well, just globally right now. Actually, no, I'm sorry. United States. I'm sorry, not globally. United States.
Oh, okay.
Ash, my God, Lonnie.
I'm gonna get a name tag for you.
I'm sorry, because I see Ashley. She's like, all right, go ahead, Lonnie.
I actually have the numbers confused, but I'm just gonna say D because I don't really remember what numbers. Is D right?
You got it. All right. So according to the U.S. Census, the Hispanic population of the United States as of July 1st, 2017, was 58.9 million, altogether representing 18.1% of the total population.
Oh, wow.
Love it.
Wow.
I love
Nice.
Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just add a fun fact that I worked on the commission committee to get the census to change the term from Hispanic to Latin or Latinx. So I fought for that. It did not happen this census. But because I identify as Latinx versus Hispanic, my family's not from it's a long, you know how that goes, but how the intersectionality between African culture is pretty much Latin culture and how those things collide. I really wanted them to change Hispanic to Latinx because it's so, what's the word I'm looking for? It's, it's othering. Like I feel othered. I don't speak the language.
Intersectional?
Well, the idea of being Hispanic versus Latin, like, yeah, that's a whole other history lesson. But I was on the committee, the change committee, to try and get that for the 2020 census. It did not work. But the next one, I'm doing it. Ashley, you eating them nasty ass chicken skins like they good, girl. Oh, I need another
Chicken skins.
It's so hard to impress Lonnie. God.
I know, right? Lonnie is like, hell no. I think we got a time for another question, everybody.
Take care.
Who sang the theme song for the Jeffersons? Was it A, Janae Dubois, B, Felicia Rashad, C, Jennifer Lewis, or D, Diane Carroll. And a tidbit about this person that sang this song, she also played in another television show, if that gives you a hint. Chris, your hand was first, I think.
No, I think Lonnie's was first. Go ahead, Lonnie.
Lonnie?
Go for it.
Is the answer C?
No, not Jennifer Lewis. I'll tell you who she is in a second. You probably already know, but it's not her. Lonnie?
Diane Carroll.
Absolutely not.
It wasn't?
That's not her. Ash, you want to give it a shot?
I was my answer. I went with what answer Lonnie gave.
Because is that's Penny's mother. Oh, why am I thinking
You're on the right track, but wrong name. You're thinking about a different world. Diane Carroll was Whitney's mother on A Different World.
Why was Penny's mom in
Good Times?
Good Times. I was thinking of Good Times. I was thinking the Good Times theme song.
You are, but you know what? You're on the right track because the person who sang the song did play Penny's adopted mother in Good Times. And it's Janae Dubois who played Walona Woods on Good Times. And she also sang the theme song to the Jeffersons.
Yes. I think she was also a member of Zeta Phi Beta, if my memory serves.
Yes, she is a member of Zeta Phi Beta.
Yeah.
But that's not why I asked that question, though.
I mean, I know that y'all like constitutionally bound or whatever that situation is. So I thought it was no?
I mean, we know we're constitutionally bound. We are, but that's not why I asked that question. I love my sorors, but that's not why I asked that question. I thought that was a good piece of history because he was intertwined the two shows there.
That's dope. I love it.
Ash.
What?
You
what? Oh, for another question?
Yeah, you got one more.
Oh, I thought you was doing last. I'm sorry. My bad, pimp. My bad. Okay. True or
Chicken
false?
skins got you faded.
Thank you. That's why she
so much. It's so much solid. Okay. All right. True or false? 1 out of 4 cowboys were black.
1 out of 4 what?
1 out of 4 cowboys were black.
True or false?
Mm-hmm.
Chris Ashley is back on her chicken skin.
She does forgot all about me. 1 out of 4 cowboys were black, right? That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
True or false? I'm gonna say false.
It's actually true.
That sounds true. I believe it.
Yeah. After the Civil War, blacks were promised more freedom in the Wild Wild West, and that they believed that cowboys was actually a derogatory term used to describe black men, calling them a cowboy. So yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So they were usually in charge of training the horses, sometimes going through the rivers to make sure that there wasn't anything that could harm the white cowboys. So yes, this is a depiction that Hollywood doesn't like to really talk about often, but there were frequent black men that were cowboys on the West Coast.
Wow.
Yeah.
Learning something new every day.
The more you know. The more you know. Well, I feel like that was a perfect end to that game. What y'all think? I feel like we done learned some stuff. We done laughed and we finally figured out Lloyd was saying 5-2 and not 5-2.
5-2, yes. Absolutely.
We ready to read a listener letter. We got some mail. We got some mail for lyrics to go. So this is Ked's segment. I'm going to read it. I'm going to read the email we got, and then Ked is going to give us some lyrics to help us out.
Word is born.
Let me get to the email. Okay, hold on. I should have saved it or something to my phone. Okay, here we go. So it says, "What up, Pantry crew? Hey, friend. I'm reaching out to you guys for some sound advice. Me and my girl been together for the better part of 10 years, but we ain't married yet." I'm going to refrain from being judgy. I'm sorry. I felt it. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. My girl wants to get married, but I've been just fine doing our thing without being on paper. He's annoying. You're annoying, sir. I love you and thank you for listening, but you're mad annoying. My parents divorced when I was 7, and I just don't want to follow in their footsteps. I also have trouble communicating my feelings for her, and I know that has damaged our relationship as well. It's not that I don't love her and want to be with only her. I just have trouble saying all the right things when we talk. So our discussions turn to heated arguments. She has given me an ultimatum. Marry her, or at least propose soon, or risk losing her forever. Lately, she has been going out after work with her coworkers, and it became more and more frequent. I went out with them a few times, and they seem like good people for the most part. But there is this one new guy at her job, and her friends refer to him as my girl's work husband. The last time we went out? Okay, let's see, work husband. My girl just laughed and brushed it off, saying there is nothing going on and they are just friends, and their relationship is like a brother-sister relationship, and he's been a great friend and confidant. This is my issue. I should be all of that for her, and I guess I haven't been. No, sir, you haven't. Sorry. I know I've grown complacent and I've taken her for granted. I have a plan to win back my girl, and that's where you guys come in. I want to take her out to dinner at Ruth Chris and propose to her. I bought her the nice ring that we looked at together last year. I need your help getting my words together so I can say all the right things and win back my girl's heart before I lose her forever. Can y'all help a brother out? Signed, Trying Hard on Bended Knee.
Oh.
First of all, kid, look, can I just say something and then I'm going to turn this over to
Absolutely.
you? Sir, and I mean this from, like, if I was your sister, if I was your loving sister, or we was cousins, pretend like we play cousins. I'm going to tell you this, and I want you to know that I love you. You are a fuck boy. You are. Y'all have been together for 10 years. And you're telling me that it took a man to come into her life from work that talks to her for you to decide that now you need to marry her or lose her? My God. That's first off. That's going to put that out there. You have been sliding for at least 7 of the 10 years. She has been letting you slide under the radar as a fuckboy. I'm going to say that to you. Now I'm going to say to my sis that she may not listen. She may not be a weight loss person. She may not listen to the podcast. Sis, you should not have let this man lay up in you physically and figuratively for 10 years. And you're not being served how you need to be served. Both of y'all is wrong. He is wrong for playing the game, sis, and you're wrong for letting him. Both of y'all need to pull it together. Now, if y'all got to stay together and you got to propose, I want to say this. She don't care nothing about you taking her to Ruth Chris with that beautiful ring. Like, that is not what it's about. You got to learn to talk, sir. Like, if the problem is that y'all can't communicate and that you need help and y'all get to arguing and fussing and fighting, it's because you're a fuckboy. How we just previously established that part. You got to learn how to talk. You need to log on. You need to log on to somewhere and get some Zoom counseling for the two of y'all, because y'all need to learn how to talk, because all y'all going to do is take this same baggage into a marriage. So now she's going to have a real husband and a work husband that's going to turn into more than a work husband if you keep talking to her the right way. But you got to talk to somebody. Like, you got the ring and the Ruth Chris and all that. All that is great. That's beautiful. Great. Like, now y'all finna get married and be a married ass mess, honestly. Unless you gonna learn how to talk. You got to learn how to talk. All right, kid, I'm done. Cousin, play cousin. Play cousin out in the atmosphere. You got to get it together. You got to get it together. You play too much and stop with the 10 years. 10 years? Are you kidding me?
Brother, I do want to say that it shouldn't have taken the proverbial work husband to step in and make you feel uncomfortable, so to speak. You've been complacent too long, and she's put up with your bullshit for far too long. But I do have some lyrics to go. It may or may not help your ass out. That's neither here nor there. I do agree with Lonnie about the whole thing with Ruth Chris. But I'm gonna try to help you out because you do need to learn how to express yourself. So maybe if she turns your ass down, this might work on the next chick. Maybe, maybe not.
Turn him down. Take me to the king is the only lyrics he needs. He needs to go lay in the open. All right, I'm bad, y'all. I'm bad now.
All right, so hey man, look, if you really want to let her know how you feel about it, you can't really express yourself. I got 3 tracks for you. I get the first one is a classic joint. It's by Tony Terry, With You. Every woman loves this song. The lyrics are like very romantic. This is how you should be expressing yourself on a regular basis without me having to tell your ass to do this. So he says, when I'm with you, I hear a sound that makes me laugh and smile and sing to you. When I'm with you, I feel so free. I love that love is going to take control of me. When I'm with you, it's for real. What I feel when I'm with you. Second verse, when I'm with you, I wonder why people do stop and stare and smile at us. Right now, that shit ain't happening. They probably looking at y'all like, what the fuck they doing here? Because they have no chemistry at all. So this is what we got to change with you. So she did the next thing says, when I'm with you, the sun shines my way. Baby, our love reflects its rays of light on everyone in the world. So in order for that shit to happen, you got to quit being a fuck boy. Lonnie said it best. Quit being a fuck boy. My next joint, though, if you're really going to take her to Roof Chris, I hope she says yes. Maybe she might say no because Junior Flip that work in accounting is waiting in the wings to take your girl if he ain't already smashed.
Hello.
So, all right. So you want to take her out. You got to tell her to get ready. My, Johnny Gill. Simple. He gives your ass simple fucking instructions.
I love this song.
Tell her, put on your red dress, slip on your high heels, and some of that sweet perfume. It sure smells good on you. So if you haven't bought any perfume, go out and buy Gucci Guilty, the Love Edition for women. That's the bomb. Or go buy the new Tiffany that came out at Valentine's Day. That shit really smells good. I want to eat my wife up every time she wears the shit I bought it for Valentine's Day.
It smells so good.
Either one, you can't go wrong. Slide on your lipstick. Make sure she got some MAC, or you know what the sisters love to use. They got to have all that. And let all your hair down. Hey, if she rocking the natural and she got the fro, then put some Stay Soft fro in that shit, and it's good to go. If your hair is short and nappy, Stay Soft fro will make it happy. There it is. So, because baby, when you get through, I'm going to show off you. So you're taking her to Roof Chris, all right? Tonight will be a special night, no matter where we go. And I'm so proud to be with you. I just want to let you know. So yeah, you finna let them know something, right? So she has no clue of what's going on because you've been a complacent fuckboy for 10 years. Last but not least, this is one of my all-time favorite joints. This is the remix version. It's the sped-up version of Jagged Edge, Let's Get Married. I love this joint. It's a party song. Matter of fact, I might ask the crew to kind of sing the hook with me when I get to this part. So we've gotten through the meal. You've got this ring out, right? You want to go to this verse. Listen to what these brothers are saying, man. This is some shit that applies to you because you've been full of fuckery for so many years. See, first of all, I know these so-called players wouldn't tell you this. Now you're referring to Tyrone in accounting because he probably been putting some bugs in the air, some shit you ain't been telling them. He might be even eating the groceries, some shit you might not be doing either. That's neither here nor there. So he said, but I'm going to be real and say what's on my heart. That's what you got to learn to do. Be real and say what's on your heart if you really want to keep your girl. Let's take this chance and make this love feel relevant. Didn't you know I love you from the start? When I think about all the years we put in this relationship, who knew we'd make it this far? When I think about where would I be if we were to just fall apart, and I can't stand the thought of losing you. What's the chorus to that, man? What are you going to say next?
Meet me at the
altar in your white dress. Come on. We can't get no younger. We might as well do this. Feeling you, girl, I must confess. Let's get married. You better hope she don't tell your dumb ass. You better hope she don't. If she listened to Lonnie, L Boogie told her to say no, so I don't know.
I'm praying that she also is a listener of this show, and I'm praying that she DMs me so I could be like, sis, you were not happy for 10 years. That paperwork ain't gonna make you happy. Don't do it. Don't do it. I hope she DM me. Don't do it.
You can't keep riding off the excuse of your parents, bro. Simple as
Yeah.
that. Maybe this will be a lesson learned for you.
Mm.
Don't record the shit because I mean you might not want to do it in public. Wait till you get home.
That's what I'm saying. Just cook at home. Cook at home and like give her the opportunity. But you know what, kid? I'm gonna say this, and I'm not gonna shame nobody. The fact that she didn't put up with him for 10 years and it's gone this way, and they went to look at rings last year after 9 years, leads me to believe that she probably will happily say yes to him.
Oh hell yeah, that's all she's looking for. She probably with the work husband just to make him jealous. She probably hadn't done anything to this work husband because she loves your dumb ass.
Yeah, they need to contact Ashley and do some therapy situation because they
Marriage counseling.
they need
Quick.
the community.
Ultimatums are never a good thing, guys.
Speaking of which, putting this to bed. Therapist Bae, take it away.
Yes. So we have some more horoscopes for you guys tonight. And of course, I have my Virgos here, my Aries. So words of wisdom with Therapist Bae. I'm going to do my Virgos together because I feel like this is something I have learned about you guys, that you are very rational and very logical. And because you're so logical and rational, sometimes people will tell you to, just give it a chance. Even going against your better judgment or something telling you like, no, I don't think that I should. But sometimes you'll listen to someone because you think they might have your best interest at heart. This horoscope pretty much said to listen to your intuition, that your intuition will always lead you to the place that you already knew you needed to be. So that's regarding relationships, professional relationships, that because you are so rational and logical, don't doubt yourself in the decisions that you're making. And me and my boo Lonnie have definitely been having conversations about intuition a lot lately.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. And now for my Aries. Me and Chris seem to be a lot more similar than I like to admit to sometimes. So this has been very interesting reading some of the stuff about Aries. So it says, if you've been suffering from anything you've been doubting lately, now is the time to take control about any doubts that you might have. How does that sound?
That is freaky. That is so freaky. I wish I just got the chills. It's like you was here whispering into my ear something. That is so true. What's that? How's that saying go? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
You just brought it full circle, girl. That is so true.
Yeah. With summer solstice happening or have happened, a lot of planets are in retrograde right now, which is a time for us to look into the past. And when we do look into the past, it doesn't mean that you have to open any doors. It just means that you just get to reevaluate if you could do something differently. And for whatever it says in this season of retrograde, that we're going to be tasked with experiencing things again that we might not have gotten right the first time, and to not fall for that wooden nickel this go around when you get a second chance to fix whatever might have been wrong. So that's something to think about. And for me, with being an Aquarius, it's just telling me to just be focused. As an Aquarius, I can be kind of in the clouds and la la land. And sometimes I need grounded people to bring me back down to earth. So that means I can still be passionate and still be creative. But you just gotta come down and stop floating and being so airy or distant, and just be aware of my surroundings and the people that care about me, and just to show up. That was my horoscope. Yeah.
Beautifully spoken.
Thank you guys. So that is words of wisdom with Therapist Bae.
I love it.
Yeah. Can I eat some more chicken skins while we close out? No.
There you go. Chris, take us home, baby.
Guys, it has been another great episode. I really hope you enjoyed our games. I really hope you enjoyed our snacks. Always a pleasure. As always, you could catch me at spicypoppychris _ at Instagram. Ashley, let them know where they can find you.
Yeah, on Instagram, you guys can find me at VSG _ Ashley, and that's ASHLI. Lonnie, where can we find you?
I can be found at RNY Bypass Beauty, and all of the platforms that we're on collectively. Kay, tell us where they can find the People's Pantry.
Yeah, you can find the people. We can find me at Sleeve Believe the Hype personally, and you can find us collectively at the People's Pantry on IG. That's where we are. Also, you can find us on our YouTube channel, The People's Pantry. That's where all the episodes are. And yeah, we're picking up quite a following. So we're gaining steam and headway, and people are loving what we're doing, and we appreciate you guys, because without you, it wouldn't be no us.
Keep sending us letters. I'm not gonna be me every week, but I am gonna be honest. I'm gonna tell you, if you were acting like a fuck girl or a fuck boy, because it's very gender neutral. It's a gender neutral term. Women are also fuck boys. I'm gonna tell you, but keep sending us letters. I don't love y'all any less. I love fuck boys.
Guns blazing. Lonnie comes guns blazing.
Absolutely.
Want to take
Amen. Take those to Pop. Let us know he got the final word.
Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, friends, stay blessed.
Bye.
I can't believe you like them.